Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back to Scary Ghost Videos number 24. And before I get into this, I just want to say, please hit that subscribe button, hit thumbs up, really helps to our channel. Also, check out my Rumble channel down below in the description, because the Rumble channel posting free full-length TV show movie reactions. But yeah, let's check this out. Hopefully no jump scares. Yeah. Abandoned buildings. Ooh.
One of the most well-known YouTubers in the urban exploration space is Urbex Hill. Real name Christopher Hill, he explores everything from abandoned factories to houses and even abandoned hospitals. Chris always explores these places alone and at night, which makes his videos even more unnerving. This time he is exploring a Masonic temple. This specific temple was built in 1916. Masonic temples were used by the Freemasons to perform their meetings, ceremonial events, and rituals.
KKK?
Only the powerful elites were accepted into Freemasonry. In the early 1900s, Freemasonry was extremely prevalent in Cleveland, Ohio, due to the high status and rich members of the Freemasons who lived there at the time. The building Chris is exploring is in Cleveland, Ohio, and has been abandoned for over 50 years. And when Chris enters the building, you can see the condition of the over century-old building. As well, you can see just the sheer size of the building from the inside and the outside. Chris finds a lot during his exploration, from chairs to buckets and even a safe that had been opened. He also points out the sturdiness of the structure, saying how he feels like it's about to cave in. It's sad to see what was once a beautiful piece of architecture in such condition. When Chris goes down the stairs, something startles him.
Whoa! Fuck's sakes. Someone's in there.
The door just closed.
Although right next to him, it wasn't enough to scare Chris off. He decides to enter the room where the door just slammed shut.
Yo, you hear that? You did the right thing. I think that's what it was. Sound like a shotty.
Slammed shut.
Huh.
But even worse than that, there was no one inside the room. I mean, this may sound good on paper until you slow down the middle of the video.
There is somebody in that room. Demon.
A figure can be seen, quickly retracting its head behind the door before slamming it shut, right in front of Chris just 10 seconds later. This is especially dangerous because squatters can become quite hostile with people exploring what they consider their home. They know the place better than anyone else, and with evidence of the door slam earlier, the person could be hiding in the shadows anywhere around the building, waiting to ambush Chris. But when he checks the door, the footage is in one continuous clip, and it doesn't make sense where a person could have gone given the size of the room. Maybe you could have chalked it up to the wind, but upon entering, there appears to be no open windows where wind could have made it slam shut with that aggression. He continues to explore the building, even hearing gunshots when exploring one of the more open areas.
Huh.
It's important to mention that Cleveland has been ranked one of the top 10 most dangerous cities in the US for the past few years now, which makes this exploration that much riskier, especially when you consider that a lot of crime happens in abandoned buildings. With Chris still being absolutely puzzled from earlier, he decides to enter the previous room again, that the door was slammed right in front of him. Chris soon realizes after finding no one in that room again, that he left the door open, indicating that someone had closed it again while he was exploring the rest of the building. Chris kept exploring the building for a little longer, but then proceeded to call it a night after being quite freaked out by the incident. Thankfully, he made it out of there safely. Baker X Derek is a YouTuber known for his biking content. He was riding his motorcycle when he saw an abandoned house on a hill that he says he's always wanted to explore. When he arrives at the house, you can tell that it's been abandoned. And it's been abandoned
like something
for a while.
out of GTA.
However, a clear entryway at the front could have been an indication that someone had been living there, or at least that people have been there. He enters the house and begins to explore around. You can immediately tell upon him entering that the place was quite big and had a beautiful location on that hill with a great view. When entering down the hallway and taking a look in the bathroom, Derek thought he saw what appeared to be a face looking at him. It's hard to tell from the footage, but there's definitely a possibility that he was right, and that there was someone in the room.
Probably hiding in the corner where you can't see him.
Fucking heebie-jeebies, dude.
He turns his attention towards the basement, where it looks straight out of a horror movie.
Oh, hell no.
I hear somebody. I think I hear something.
Shut up. Shut up, y'all. Whew. That made me jump. God damn. I hurt the stomach jumping. Yeah, run, dude. Run. Get the hell out. You did the right thing. Move.
He hears what sounds like something being thrown and scrambles to make it out of the house, even tripping on the way out. When looking back at the footage, you can see that there are some sort of blinds covering the windows down there. A lot of the times, squatters will make a noise as a warning to drive off explorers and other unwanted visitors before things could become violent. It's a good thing that Derek took the warning and got out of there before things could go bad. He did actually end up returning to the house, where he found it to be double boarded up this time and the place completely destroyed. There was graffiti everywhere, the walls were destroyed, some of the windows had been smashed. There was no way to get in, but the place was just destroyed.
Wow, a bunch of literal came over here and just f***ed it all up like a bunch of they are. Oh.
It's a shame that they came and destroyed the place, but let's just be thankful that Derek got out of there safely the first time.
Right.
Like we saw in the past two clips, exploring abandoned buildings is very dangerous. Everything from unstable building structures to stray dogs and hostile squatters. Those are just the main worries that people think of with.
No, main worry my thinking of is... No, actually, no, he said squatters, yeah. Nah, demons, possessions, creatures. Ugh. Imagine you're walking down one of these dark-ass halls, and you see a big-ass rat, like the size of a damn dog or something. Yeah, I'd be out so quick. Fuck that.
Urban exploration. Sure, there's definitely a lot of crime that takes place in abandoned buildings also, but you could run into something much worse.
What's much worse? I seen this.
What is it?
It's Crack House 101. You want to keep the people away from your house, or keep the cops out, or keep whoever out? Watch what he's about to do to that step. Watch this. Boom!
Shit, look at that fucking thing. Yo, that would have straight up killed you right in your
Yep.
What's this house? This house ain't fucking up.
A knife attached to a crutch was hiding above the stairs as a trap to get someone who set off the trip line. Now this should be an example of why exploring abandoned buildings is not a good idea. Sure, this would be quite rare to run into if you're exploring, but you just never know what you're going to walk into. Imagine if they had never seen that little piece of string. And the fact that they went there in the daytime made it a lot easier to see. If it was nighttime, that string would have been so much harder to see, and it could have gone a lot worse for them. The scariest part is that there was a lot of shattered glass at the bottom of the stairs, as sort of a distraction to see what was coming from above the stairs. Or the glass could have been used as a sound warning to let someone upstairs know if
I guarantee
someone was
I don't know if y'all can see it. There's a string right here. That's what probably caught their eye. I don't know.
Coming upstairs. If they made it past the glass, then they would get hit by the trap, and if someone lived upstairs, they would know of their presence. It's a good thing one of them noticed the trap and did not proceed up the stairs. But who knows if there were any other traps in that house? It just goes to show that you have no idea what you're going to run into when exploring abandoned structures, and why it's probably a good idea to stay away from that activity in general. This next clip also comes from Urbex Hill again. He was exploring the abandoned street known as Holton Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio.
Holton Avenue.
In 1913, the first Hungarian Baptist church was built on that street. After the church moved locations, the original building was left abandoned, and all the houses on the street were also left abandoned. Sadly, 26-year-old Jessica Coleman's body was found in one of the houses on Holton Avenue. The attacker was never found. With the streetlights still being on, you can feel the unease through the video. Chris starts by making his way through the church, where he has set up a second camera in the main area of the church. You can see the century-old building was once a beautiful piece of architecture, however, now looking unrecognizable. About midway through his exploration, this happens.
What?
That's weird.
Oh, hell no. Yeah, I seen that.
What's upstairs?
It's on the other camera. Looks like a door slammed.
When he goes back up to check the main room of the church, he realizes that one of the doors that was not closed before is closed now.
A while ago.
He looks in the room with the closed door.
Well, this one was on like a nukes video.
And finds no one, just some disturbing writing on the wall. It was clear that he wasn't in that church alone, and through further exploration, he can't find anyone else in the church either. He leaves the church and begins to explore the houses along the street. Even before he enters,
Okay, now is where it gets interesting. They only showed that church one last time I seen this video on nukes or whatever. So we have to go see another building? Something else happened?
Sees that there is a path along the side of the house, indicating that there could have been a lot of entering and leaving of the abandoned house. He sees a car driving by, and when Chris turns off his light in order to not be seen, you can see just how dark the place is. When Chris enters the house, you can see just how dangerous exploring abandoned places really are. Like we mentioned earlier, everything from stepping on a piece of glass to having a weak, rotted building foundation, and the houses on the street are definitely in a lot worse condition than the church was. When Chris enters the basement, that's when the exploration takes a scary turn.
Looks like it's just underneath the house. It's not really a basement. Still creeping.
What was that? It's probably just a rat or something, you know. You hear that? Raccoons.
Sorry.
Shut up, y'all. I guess there's one man worries about going to abandoned places. God damn. Holy shit. Yeah, you better run. Somebody was living there? Ugh.
You can hear shuffling and footsteps, and then someone pulls the curtain back, making Chris leave out of the house quickly. From the squatter's perspective, it was probably just as scary for them, as a random man has entered their home. Luckily, Chris made it out of there safely. When he runs out and looks back at the house, you can see that there is a light on in one of the upstairs windows. When he runs out...
Yeah, light on, but look above the roof here. I thought that was somebody standing there in the window.
and looks back at the house, you can see that there is a light on in one of the upstairs windows. Thankfully, he made it out of there safely. This video, exploring an abandoned factory, was uploaded by a YouTuber known as Exploration Unknown. When looking around the factory, you can see the sheer size of the place. Exploration Unknown, whose real name is John, explains how the factory in the video is actually a yacht factory. According to John, there were numerous and mysterious deaths around the project, so much so that they abandoned it before it was even finished. Paired with it supposedly being built on an ancient First Nations burial site, according to John, the two went into the factory believing it was haunted. As soon as they start their exploration, they hear banging coming from one of the dark corners of the factory and decide to approach it.
It looks like 2 levels over there.
Sounds like what's going on.
They start walking around the giant empty room, and John sees a brief flash of light.
What is that banging?
Security guard?
What is that scream?
I just saw a light, dude.
With a room so big and bright flashlights, if there's anyone in the building with them, they would easily know of their exact location. It is clear that even from the start of the video, they are not alone, but it doesn't deter the two men from exploring the place even further.
Up there.
Sketchy.
Oh my god, dude.
Jesus.
After a loud bang can be heard, it is clear that someone is upstairs.
Yeah.
After listening further, the two men come to the conclusion that there might be multiple people up there.
I know. There's got to be somebody in here with us.
Run. The fuck was that? Y'all see that?
There's just got to be.
There's that room that's over there.
Yo, he did not see that?
Got to be somebody in here with us.
Who's that? Coming up behind the pole there. Oh, hell no.
There's just got to be.
There's that room that's over there.
Just as John says that, someone must be there. A shadowy figure can be seen going out from one of the columns and going back to hide behind it. While yes, they do have flashlights, someone dressed in black in a pitch black room would be hard to spot. They walk right past.
To be honest, That could be one of their friends.
They do have flash. We figure
Got some white shoes on.
Can be seen going out from one of the columns and going back.
Got white shoes on.
To hide behind it. While yes, they do have flashlights, someone dressed in black in a pitch black room would be hard to spot. They walk right past the figure to make their way to the elevator shaft, where the noises from the upstairs could still be heard following them. After this, John explains how they're going to wrap up the exploration.
And I do not know what their intentions are, nor do I want to find out what their intentions are.
Making me jump, dude.
Did that come from over
Stop. Super loud in the headphones. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
When this happens, again, someone dressed in what looks like to be some sort of cloak or in all black is standing in front of them. Thankfully, they made it out of there quickly and safely. They may have interrupted some weird cultish practices that were going on. Nevertheless, they made it out of there safe and got away from the person or people in that building. The scariest part is that they would have known exactly where they were the entire time. The person on the ground floor looked as if they were trying to stay out of sight by hiding behind the column so they could potentially sneak up on them. But who knows if that was the only person dressed in black down there. There could have been multiple.
Yeah, that's true. There could have been multiple. Anyways, that was Scary Ghost Videos number 24. If y'all like that, please hit that subscribe button. Hit thumbs up. Why not leave a comment? Other than that, take care for now.